So before this episode starts, I just had in my head Game of Thrones, Ramsay Bolton saying to Theon Greyjoy, if you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And this is Arcane Season 2, Episode number 9. And let's just get into it.
Yeah.
You gotta grow your hair out that long just to do that. That looks so cool.
That does look very cool.
Burn it all around.
Wait!
Echo!
I just want to talk to you.
Get out of here, Echo.
I just want to talk to you about Jinx.
Shit.
You're too late, Echo.
Wait!
How much charge does that thing have?
Always a dance with you. I think I'm just gonna sit here a minute, catch my breath, see if I can talk an old friend out of blowing us up.
I'm tired of talking.
No! You know, I learned from someone very special. No matter what happened in the past, it's never too late to build something new. Someone worth building it for.
Let me go.
Please. Oh, God.
I know.
Song. I'm glad they just started with stabbing of the heart.
As much time as you can so I can shut down the hex gates. It's our only chance.
Victor's at the center of all this, isn't he?
We're meant to lose this fight if he reaches the hex gates.
Then we'd best stop him.
Reinforce the forward artillery. We can't let them break through. Go. Reload! Give us some air. You're okay.
Let's go.
Damn.
Give her this. She's an impressive warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Bold little one.
Here come the warriors.
Here comes Vander.
Oh, shit.
Move your units and wait there. Stay.
I feel like Jace should be going faster. I mean, I guess he can't because,
Dramatic effect and plots.
well, it'll make it unstable or something.
Jesus, they're all on.
They're on Shimmer? She's using everything.
She really is. No!
This person carrying the football.
No! No!
And she didn't even need the Hextech warriors. Just her army was enough. Oh!
Burned lover, of course.
Was she always the spy?
I warned you of the hazards of professional entanglement. Desperation is the doorway to oblivion, child. Let's get this over with.
I did appreciate your warmth.
Fuck you.
Oh,
Echo. Oh, no.
Mel.
Well, okay. Thank God.
Oh, mommy dearest, your daughter is calling. You. She's pissed. And she's awesome.
If you care for me at all,
She doesn't.
spare their lives.
She
There
won't.
is nothing to gain from this senseless bloodshed.
She loves it, though.
Still a fox. Soldier?
Sick.
Now she makes an entrance. Here I go.
Yeah! Ha! Take that, Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head on steroids. Way to go, Mal. You didn't read the instruction manual.
No, he's got it.
Shit.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Ooh.
And you're getting launched.
Yes.
So where's the real one?
Where is Victor?
Despite the circumstances, Jace, I am pleased to see you.
There must be some part of you still in there.
I
Don't
am more
know.
than I ever was.
Yep, waiting for these things. Turn the tide. Oh no.
Mother, look at the price of your ambition. You've sacrificed everything. Richter's, Kino, this city I built for our family.
If it was for us, you wouldn't have fought me.
You are no Madada.
You remember.
Shut up and fight!
Kaylin, you have a pretty big vulnerability spot.
Oh. She looks cool.
Yeah.
Those things are creepy.
No. Fuck, Jiggins. Get out of there. Now that's a leap of faith.
Yes.
She didn't even act like she felt it.
Oh. I mean, she's a badass.
It is the answer you and I pursued all our lives. An end to cruelty, injustice. All of us our own authors to an unbroken saga of progress. To the benefit of all.
People deserve to choose their own fates.
Choice is false. It is how we clothe and forgive the baser instincts that spur us to division, death, war, prejudice. Energy spent only to consume itself. But we can be of one mind. United.
Mel, anytime.
There's only so much she can do. Maybe that's why they focus on her eyes so much this season.
You fought well, child.
Took away your, yeah.
A wolf has no mercy.
Oh!
Your daughter is wiser than you credit. I salute you, Ambassa. For one without the gift, you were quite a thorn.
Oh, this does not look fun.
But it is karma.
What are you doing, sister?
Your magic has no hold over her.
I see your face, deceiver.
Sly girl.
All right, Ma's my favorite character now. She's amazing.
Yeah.
That's right. You all follow her now.
Looks like you should have come back. Still don't get it, huh, sis? I'm always with you. Even when we're worlds apart.
Stop this insanity, Victor.
That is precisely my intention. Your eyes won't lie when your mind is open, Jace.
Vander.
He's really not.
Dad?
Just doing nothing. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your weapon, like, he controls that shit too.
Does anybody know where Echo floated off to?
I don't know. He's somewhere in there.
I'm sure he didn't float out. He's gonna fall and die.
Do you see the sublime intersection of order and chaos?
No. Come on, Mel. He can't control you.
Can't control Jinx. Or not. You want to rewind time, Echo?
Yeah, come on, Echo.
This is what you see.
This conflict, this senseless waste. I know their minds, Jace. They want better lives, but emotion clashes with reason. Humanity's self-corrupting contradiction.
You've always wanted to cure what you thought were weaknesses. Your leg, your disease, but you were never broken, Victor. There is beauty in imperfections. They made you who you are, an inseparable piece of everything I admired about you.
Go, Echo.
Oh.
Now rewind.
Come on, Jace, fight it.
Let's go farther.
Come on, Echo.
Yeah, but this is bad. He goes that far. He's gonna kill Echo. Wrong Hextech, huh?
That device can't be.
But if everyone's connected to him, what happens?
know.
I thought I wanted us to give magic to the world. Now, all I want is my partner back.
Why do you persist? After everything I've done.
Because I promised you.
Ooh.
Blood coming out of her eyes?
Vi! Hurry, you can make the other ledge! Vi! Vi! You can't save him!
Oh, this is what I was afraid of. You gotta let her go.
Always with you, sis.
If I could just lay my head down and rest. The world is a wasteland grown out of hope. It's my fault that please let me go.
Well, shit.
You may read about the war in Piltover, but history is made palatably abstract for its truth, the agony of every sacrifice. The exultation of every triumph is more than one should bear. We, whose decisions led us here, will carry them forever.
A new council, yep. It's on
Our only
Piltover.
consolation that with every loss, we found some good, some light, worth gaining, worth fighting for. And though we are doomed to revisit the error of our ways, spark ever more conflicts, our story isn't over. that singing?
It's just a tune my mother used to hum.
Are you still in this fight, Violet?
I am the dirt under your nails, Cupcake. Nothing's gonna clean me out.
And that's her Bond villain named Cupcake. That's what she looks like. How you doing?
Fuck.
Yeah. Great finale. It's odd to say satisfying considering what happened. I'm curious the reaction to, because I'm sure there are people that are like super pissed at Vi because like if Vi had just jumped off the platform, then Jinx wouldn't have had to sacrifice herself and would have lived. And from them bringing back last episode, Jinx saying like you're never gonna let me go, and and her knowing that, and feel dealing with Jinx first stuff first since we're already there. knowing that she had to be the one to end it because otherwise they both would have died. It's like knew it was coming. I knew Jinx wasn't going to survive, but still, I mean, you held out hope till the end, and she made a great freaking entrance in that battle.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and she got to finally have Vander get some peace as well.
They did a really great job with the moment of Vi on the platform because, like, the platform falling and her not getting off it took me to Echo's flashback or, like, alternate universe in which Vi was supposed to die. So I had a moment of thinking, like, the whole time we're building up to, like, Jinx sacrificing herself. Was that, like, the bait and switch? And really, the whole time it's Vi who is supposed to die. So I did have a moment of thinking that, like, she was going to fall off the platform. And then when Vander wakes up and just starts coming at her full force, I thought, oh my God, is Jinx going to be traumatized because she's going to have to watch Vander rip apart Vi, and, like, how horrible that would be? Even though, like, it ultimately went where we thought it was going, they did a good job making me question it along the way. Like, if I really knew what was coming next.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And Mel.
So cool.
So amazing. Especially like reveal or multiple reveals, like her like costume reveal when she like threw the robe off. And then also you were saying like, oh, she doesn't look like she has a necklace anymore. She was just hiding it.
Yeah.
To the fact that doing exactly what her mom would do, using her as bait to actually kill the witch was another amazing movie. You know, she became the wolf. No tears shed for her mom.
No.
I get it. I mean, like, I don't think we got like her full story, but from what we did, she was trying to avenge her son's death, but we don't know why they came after her son for the kind of from the beginning, and like just she's probably involved in some shady shit. And she wouldn't give up. They wanted Mel because Mel had the sorcerer powers. Like this is like kind of like I'm not gonna lie and say like I understood 100% of it, but like it seemed like they wanted Mel and she wouldn't give up Mel for the son, and that's why they ended up killing the son. So you know, it's like I get all that, but like I'm still not. She still was totally fine, like completely murdering the city, which is I'm not okay with it.
I mean, in the world of Arcane, she was on the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
Whatever may have led her to choose that side, at the end of the day, she was on the wrong side. Can't really mourn her loss. It's more so, again, like, this was karma. You became a warlord. And there were moments when, like, you were fighting people and killing them, and like, she looked like she loved it. Like, she loved the power of being over someone and taking their life. She loved her strength over them. So, like, whatever took her to that point, that's not a good point to be at. Yeah,
and like I've said this before, like with other characters, like not as much as we said hurt people, but like understanding and justification is not the same thing. Like I understand why she was doing what she was doing. Doesn't mean I think she was justified for her actions. She raised a badass daughter. Her kind of raised a little bit because we sent her away too. So I don't know how much credit she gets for that.
Could have been the best thing that ever happened to Mel, though.
Yeah, exactly.
As cool as Mel is and deserves all the praise and shout out, I couldn't help but think Caitlyn's the real hero here. Like, Caitlyn doesn't have magical powers. Caitlyn's been stabbed. Like, she is down. And yet she gets up and says, fight me. Like,
yeah.
How incredibly brave, possibly suicidal, but incredibly badass that was.
When we talked about Caitlyn's eye, like the entire, like a bunch, like, oh man, there's like really focusing on her, like, on like Caitlyn's eyes. I don't know why Caitlyn's eyes are focused on that. She gets stabbed in it.
Beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah, she gets stabbed in it.
Yep.
Another hero, obviously, Echo.
Yes.
Like, I mean, you know, he didn't get that much screen time in there, so that's another good thing they did, because you didn't really expect like, you know, Vi or Jinx to come in at the end and save the day, and it's frickin' Echo, and he does it with style.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And like that whole opening between him and Jinx, I just loved that, because the impression, what he'd taken away from his visit to like the other part of the multiverse, was all of Jinx's potential and what she could have been, and the person that maybe at her core she still was, if like life hadn't been so horrible to her. And I love that he says, like, I'm just gonna sit here and talk to a friend and hope that she doesn't blow us both up.
Yeah.
I mean, just, it was so simplistic and yet so human. Little expectations, just kind of like a hope that we can talk about this. And it was also very jarring to see how determined Jinx was to end her life. I mean, she kept doing it. She was really going for it, time after time after time. I mean, I think it was like 4 or 5 times that she tries to before she actually sits down and listens to Echo, and
tries a different way, trying to throw herself off. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember reading one thing about suicide, and they said that like the people who have survived their attempted suicides, there's a moment after they do what they do. If it's like jump off the San Francisco bridge, that was like one of the examples they used, that every single one of them who survived talked about the minute they step off that ledge, the regret that they feel. So like to see Jinx again and again and again, go for it. Like, it just shows you what a horribly dark place she's in.
Yeah. And I mean, the fact that that is how she ends up dying, is by blowing herself up and falling, like, which is the 2 ways she was going to kill herself. I mean, so, yeah, there's that.
The end is in the beginning.
Yeah. At one point, I talked about how Victor looked like the wizard that had given Jace, that like Jace had like run into early on. And now in this, is that right? So like, that's why I'm a little fuzzy on that. So it seemed like that he was the one. Because like, also Jace went to the future, and whatever happened in the future, like, it wasn't a Christmas Carol sort of thing, where he gets snapped back and like everything that happened didn't actually happen, because like he still had the broken leg.
Yeah.
So clearly everything that happened to him was real. So he really was in the future, and then he just got like sent back or whatever. And it was Victor there at the end, and like he was talking to him like, why did you give me this? Victor went to the past and gave it to Jace to be the one to change him. Right? Like that's kind of how I understood it. Let me know if I'm completely off base, but like, so when I was saying that, like, he looked like the guy that had given him the ruin or whatever, and like was the original mage that kind of got like this whole hextech thing like in his mind, then I was right about that. Yes, and that was actually Victor. And Victor, like, he could travel like through time, I guess. Do some time traveling stuff. So yeah, I'm curious about that.
That's essentially the perception I had of what I saw as well. Which again, we could be totally wrong, but that you weren't alone in what you thought.
All right.
It was interesting to me that Victor said, you know, I gave you that because you were the only one. I knew you were the only one who could bring me peace. Which is very interesting, because throughout this season, Victor has seemingly been the one who's always been at peace. And he's got this like, this higher elevation of being where like there's no conflict and we can all have world peace. All we have to do is give up our free will and like not be humans anymore, and it'll be great. It'll be fine. But he's consistently been the one who hasn't been rattled, has been very calm, has been brave in the face of conflict, and like seemingly just at peace this whole time. And yet there was this traveling to give Jace a rune because he wanted to be at peace, and clearly he wasn't. There's a part of him that wasn't with what he was doing. I gotta say, for a show that is only 2 seasons, especially since we've never played League of Legends, I have to tip my hat to the creators for doing such a phenomenal job with storytelling and with character creation, with sucking us in, with getting us both to the point at the finale of only 2 seasons where we're grabbing Kleenex boxes and stuff. I mean, that, I have to tip my hat to them from that, because this was a fantastic show to watch. And I'll be thinking about these characters, and these characters will sit with me and be something I reminisce about after the fact for months and months or years and years. So bravo is what I have to say to that. Yeah.
And, it was sad, but it wasn't like everybody dies and, there's none of our main characters survive or whatever. So let's do our top 5 favorite characters.
Jinx, Vi, Mel, Caitlyn.
Okay.
Those are the easy ones. I mean, I've got 3 in my head, and I'm not.
Who are the 3? Who are the 3 for the top last spot?
Echo, Vander, and Jace. Vander, because of his arc, who he was to begin with, earns him a spot. But the arc and what happened to him was so impactful on us as an audience that merits a mention. Echo, for coming in at the clutch moment and saving the day, plus the Back to the Future reference.
Yeah.
And then Jace, because he's been a complicated character throughout in terms of, am I on board with him? Am I not? Am I not?
Yeah.
He's gone crazy. He's trying to kill everyone. Oh no, he was doing the good thing. They've done a very good job with me not ever necessarily having a full grip on him. But at the end, he is arguably one of the most impactful characters to this world.
Also going to throw Mbessa in the mix. She was a good antagonist.
Yeah.
And amazing fighter as well. Knew how to play the game. A character where she wasn't just 100% evil or anything. I mean, no, that's what's great about Arcane is the nuances in the gray area, and no one's 100% evil and 100% right and 100% good, which is true to life. So out of all that, I'd probably give the last spot to Echo, just because of that. I mean, that ending was so great, and he did so much with, I think, less screen time than everyone else that was sort of involved. And Vander, was great, but I think also so much of Vander was the effect it had on Vi and Jinx, so that's the effect that it had on us.
Yeah.
So that's why I would give the last spot to Echo.
And I suppose with my streak of doing shout outs to villains, I should mention Victor, because, none of this would have really happened without Victor.
Yeah.
While not the most beloved character, he was a powerful protagonist in terms of everything with Hex Tech is really what brought us to this moment. Had he never been messing with it, had it never come into being, everyone might have lived happily ever after.
It's true.
So that's, that merits a mention.
You have a favorite episode from this season? I mean, it's probably got to be 3, 6, or 9, right?
Yeah.
Probably the finale, although 6, man, the end of that one.
I was leaning 6.
Oh, the kid and Vander and everything, and the happy moment. But
we finally had Caitlyn, Vi, and Jinx all fighting on the same side and together, even if they didn't totally realize it or want it at first.
Yep, it's tough. It's so hard to nail a finale, especially for at least this part of I don't think that they said these characters are kind of, I guess, story is over or whatever for Arcane. I don't know if if it's gonna be Arcane season 3, if it's gonna be a new show, in the same world of League of Legends, just called something different. I'm not sure what's next, but whatever. To wrap up a season, a series, it's tough. A lot of shows mess it up. Even some of the most amazing ones, like Game of Thrones, Sopranos. It's really tough to nail an ending, and they stuck the landing. So that's why I think I'm gonna give it to episode 9. It's my favorite.
It was interesting, as you mentioned, what comes next for Arcane, because that's a burning question I have is okay, I've heard that this is the end, but I also don't accept that. So it was interesting, the last line, you know, first of all, I loved the ending with Caitlin and Vi. So we still get to see that, like, yes, Vi is mourning the loss and whatnot because she's humming a tune from her mom. So, like, you can tell she's reminiscing about the past. She's living in memories right now. But, you know, that line about, I'm like the dirt under your fingernails, you know, was a great line. And then Caitlin asking her, like, are you still in this fight?
Yeah.
You know, and she is. So that, like, gives me hope that, I don't know, if we don't see them in the next season, maybe it's sort of like a Legend of Korra to Avatar thing where, like, they aren't necessarily in it, but their legacy is such that they are present, even if we are not seeing the characters themselves.
Yeah, it might be something like where they're in it, but it's not like necessarily following their story anymore. They're not the main characters in it anymore. They're just like,
I see more of Echo.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I think they did a good job with characters that were like, they weren't even secondary, but they were even maybe like further in the background than that. But like Caitlin's ex, who was the turncoat.
Oh, that was, really hated her.
Yeah. And the guy on the...
You were warm.
Oh, yeah. I thank you for your warmth.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was just such a cold, brutal line.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost too cruel to just think up. Like, I feel like somebody heard this. Like, one of the writers had it said to them, or like their friend was saying, like, you wouldn't believe what this person said to me after we hooked up. Like, you know, and so like it came out of real life because it was almost just too cold and cruel to think of it being a clever line, you know? And then also the guy who was operating the big gun.
Yeah, when he died, it was, you
know, that was impactful. I mean, I don't even know his name, but he had been a tough guy on our team. He was there for Caitlin. He was there for Vi. And I was just like, you know, I felt that loss.
Yeah.
So they did a great job, even with characters who didn't have a ton of screen time.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments, who your favorite characters were from this series and maybe your favorite episodes. And yeah, thanks so much for going on this journey with us and, you know, rewatching Arcane and reliving these brutal moments that I have, but also the amazing writing and the amazing moments as well. So
yeah,
thanks so much. And just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.